I couldn't even be in front of her. And then the second part of your question, I miss her, I miss her daily, and I'm just happy that she was able to see me at my better side, before she passed. She was able to see me, on my way back up, and not doing bad. She never cared about the money. She never cared about, the cars, the houses. She never cared about anything that, I would try to give her because of my absence, of me being, intoxicated. She never cared about that. She only wanted her son. And when she passed, I'm grateful that, she loved her son to the end, and I was able to give her love in the end, and I was able to be there for her in the end. So, I miss her a lot again. I miss her a lot. So
I'm halfway through this conversation now, and I said to myself, I want to talk about your music because I'm such a Bobby Brown fan.
Thank you.
I want to get to the music. Let me ask one last question about the past, and then we'll get to the music, the masterpiece. Obviously, in the news, Whitney has checked herself back into rehab of her own doing. Any thoughts about that?
Well, I just wish her the best. I wish her all the, the happiness in the world. She needs to love herself again. My daughter's doing really good. She's recording her album, and
Bobby Christina.
Yeah. And I'm just grateful that she's getting the help that she needs, and that's all we can really hope for her to be better. She's a great singer, great woman, and I just wish her the best.
Yeah. You mentioned Bobby Christina. I don't want to talk about her, but I do want to mention he's sitting side stage here. Your almost 2-year-old son now.
Yes.
Is off to the camera over here. I was asking you about him when you walked on the set, and since you mentioned Bobby Christina is recording her album, you told me that he's when I see kids, 2-year-olds walk on my set for a live TV taping, the whole crew gets scared because a kid cannot scream out loud in the middle of a live TV taping. So only Bobby Brown would be let bring his son onto the set in the first place. But Bobby said, no, he's cool. He's a really, really quiet kid.
He's really
unless and until you do what?
You put a mic in front of him. You put a mic in front of him. Trust me, you put a mic in front of that kid and
he starts going.
Oh, he starts going.
So
he can't sound out words yet, but he got a voice.
So you got another one coming.
Yo, he's another one. Yeah. And my other two sons, Landon and Bobby, just recorded a record together, and you can find that on YouTube. But my kids are just like, I know where they get it.
Yeah.
Because I know what I do, and I know it was in my blood.
Yeah.
But they're just super talented, man, and I'm just really, really grateful and impressed at what they do, man. They're just great kids.
And what kind of advice is Daddy Brown giving them about the business?
Oh, about the business.
Yeah.
The business has changed so much that we're able these days in the music industry to be able to control our own destiny, and that's all I want them to do. I want them to know that whatever they want to do is in their hands. It's not up to anybody else to do. Long as they get a good education, and as long as they stay focused and practice on their craft, and sky's the limit, man.
Yeah.
You can do anything. My oldest son just gave me a granddaughter, so I'm a grandfather sitting here.
You too young to be a granddaddy, man.
That's what I keep saying. I keep telling myself that. Yeah. But every time I see her little face, man, I mean, she got the biggest dimples in the world.
Yeah.
I mean, I can fit my hand inside her dimples. That's how big her dimples are.
Yeah.
She's just so beautiful. So I'm just happy with life because everything is going perfect for me right now.
Yeah.
And when you feel something going perfect, you tend to think, okay, well, what's gonna go wrong?
Yeah.
Something's bound to happen.
Yeah.
But I don't have any thoughts of something happening because I'm staying focused and clear about what I want in life, and I'm going to get it, man.
Yeah. What's about to happen is this masterpiece about to drop.
That's the masterpiece
in June. Tell me about before I get to the record. What's it like going back into the studio? I mean, you've been singing here and there, of course, but what's it like going back in the studio to do a record of original music when you ain't done it in 15 years?
Well, I can't sit here and say that it's the easiest thing in the world.
Yeah.
But I can say that for the past 10 years, I've been in and out of the studio, you know, messing around in the studio, and for 4 years of that, I was still high. So, some of the songs, you get some high songs, and then you just have to deal with, okay, what do I do with this high song that I did? And, you have to put something, you have to figure it out for yourself.
Right.
And then the other 6 years, I just started, doing some of the greatest material that I possibly could do, because my mind was back. I didn't have no fog around me. I didn't have anything around me that was negative. And some of the greatest music came out of me, man. And I'm working with some of the greatest young producers. I'm working with Whitey and Jarrett out of Detroit. I'm working with Blaze out of Chicago. I work with this guy called Benjamin Franklin.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I got it.
So I work with him, and we're in the studio, and we're just doing some really great music. And that's why I call it the masterpiece, because I think God used me as a vessel to bring forth something that is different, and something that is basically a masterpiece. Because what he made me, if he could bring me back from what I've been through, he made a masterpiece. Yeah. Because I'm better. I'm so much better now than I was before, and I don't know how to explain how this music sounds. I mean, I got songs like "Set Me Free." Wow.
This is autobiographical stuff. Some of it.
Most of it is about what I've been through.
Right.
And then some of it is just, happy music. It's just good loving, good fun, having music. And people will enjoy this album. They will enjoy this album. And that's why I named it the masterpiece, because this is just like, it's so well put together that, I mean, if you don't like it, I'll refund your money.
No, if it's Bobby Brown, I'm sure we're going to like it. In this very chair, some months ago, in this very chair, sat El DeBarge. And El came on, and he had to check himself back in, but he came on, and we were so happy to see him when he came out with his project called Second Chance. And the thing about El's record that so blew me away, and I want to ask you a question about this, it blew me away, El has been, in some ways, on the same journey you were on, had the drug problem, all the stuff we know about El's background. What blew me away about El was when I saw that, first of all, before he came on the show, I was at a private party one night, and El performed a week or two before he came on the show. And I was at this party, like, my eyes were bucking out of my head, because I could not believe his voice.
After all that,
oh, Lord, after all he had done to his instrument that God had blessed him with, that voice, that falsetto, he still had it after all those years. So you know I'm going with this. After all these years, how does the voice hold up when you get in the studio?
Well, my voice has changed, but it's still the same. I can still hit the same notes that I've hit. I hit way back when. If anybody has seen me in concerts, you know that I still blaze them. I still knock them out. That's what I do best.
Right.
I perform. That's what God's gift to me was, to be able to entertain people live and direct and give it to you, raw. My voice holds up really good in the studio, actually. I'm able to, at least do a song a day. But on stage, it's totally different. I get a different energy from somewhere else. I believe it's the crowd. The crowd gives me so much that the only thing I can do is pour out everything that I am, everything that I'm about, and all I'm about is entertainment. I love entertaining people. And it's just me.
You were, for that space of time, you were, and I take this seriously, you were the king of R&B for that space of time.
Thank you.
You were blazing it so hard and so hard.
See, Whitney, you didn't lie.
Yeah.
You didn't lie, Whitney.
Tavis said so. You didn't lie. That don't mean nothing. I'm just a Bobby Brown fan. But you were hitting it so hard back there. And I look back on that period, I want to ask you, what was it about the music, the sound, your style, the substance of your music, the times that we were in the country. What was it that made that moment so? There's that picture. That's it. That's what I'm talking about right there. What was it that made that moment just? It all worked, Bobby. It worked.
I guess I don't know.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh,
Yeah,
the pants. Oh boy.
Yeah.